So, welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you. Once a month we do this web Satsang, and once a month in English and once a month in Swedish, which is my native tongue. So, I'm not in my regular studio today. I am traveling and I'm here at a very sacred place right now. So, it's a great honor for me to send this web Satsang here. It's a sacred place where I'm helping a very special person to start a ministry here. And just being immersed into this presence of our sacredness, discovering our true nature as our planet is shifting, or at least we are shifting our perception to discover the beauty that we have around us and in us. The focus on this special land that I'm in right now, sending this, it's a focus for the divine female. And we will touch upon that a little bit on this web Satsang as this sacred land holds that. Because what is that? It has been forgotten through the ages. Inside of us is that sacred presence. And that is a presence that holds something so beautiful that we have forgotten about it. And it has nothing to do with being biologically a woman or a man. It is that part of us where we receive the goodness of life. That which we are looking for, maybe we can't really find it in textbooks. We can prepare us, we can learn great things. But living the life itself, that is the freedom that we are seeking. That is the joy that everyone is looking for. And we look for it in all the wrong places. Right? We look for it outside. We usually share about the divine light, the presence of that sacredness inside. So on a satsang like this, satsang is a Sanskrit word for those that are joining in. That means sharing one's truth in company with others. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone just had satsangs every day? And everyone would create that presence of centeredness in how to receive from life, from each other, the togetherness, engaging with life, engaging with nature and our world. I believe that we are coming into such a time on our planet right now where we can live heaven on earth. At least that is a vision I carry, and many with me are carrying that vision. So the satsangs, every month will have different subjects that we bring up. Every Tuesday there is a divine light meditation. That is an energy transfer that flows through the eyes, that you're welcome to experience and explore your inner divine light. Whatever you call it, it is a presence within that is fully alive. That is our inner guidance. That is completeness. That is fullness. So the subjects that we bring up on the satsangs can be things that could be helpful on this journey of anchoring into that divine light. I call it that. You can call it whatever you like. I believe if there are 7 billion people on this planet, there are 7 billion different ways to experience that inner sacred self. There are certain things in common, though. It is a completeness. So there's nothing missing in that sacred self. So it's nothing that you need to add to it. So there's nothing that could be given and something is then, oh, finally, I've been looking for the last piece of puzzle. It's not like that. There is an essence of each and every one of us. An essence that brings us exactly that which we are looking for, which is unconditional love. Unconditional love. That is a big word. Big words to put in your mouth. What does that mean? As long as there's duality, or a feeling of the me and the not me, then you have to wait and experience that state, which is our natural state. We have already an ability. It is built in us. We are made in the likeness of God, it says in Holy Scriptures. It doesn't matter what Holy Scriptures or philosophical books or non-philosophical books that you read. Your picture of reality is what counts. How you perceive this world. If you have a feeling of a connectedness, then you're on the right track. If you feel like, here's me and I'm all alone and everyone else seems to be doing everything different from me, then you will come to a point where you start realizing that it is a perception that you have taken on. Your brain has accepted that as your reality, and that's what it is. Sooner or later, a person starts knocking on the door saying, what is the meaning of all this? What is this life? There must be more to it than what I'm introduced to by society, my family, so forth. There must be something else, isn't it? Many people ask that question sooner or later, and often it comes in junction with some kind of suffering. You feel it's just too unbearable life, right? And this suffering can be a very helpful tool to discover that which we are addressing here today. Is it possible to live in a state of limitless joy, unconditional love? Is it possible to be living free and happy without a reason? That is the question that I hope that at least sometime in your life you will ask yourself that. Is it possible to live such a life? And if the question has come up, I'm sure that you'll go for an answer. To find out, to discover for yourself. And what is the secret formula for discovering such a state of consciousness that is already there? So, it is nothing that we need to attain. How can you attain something that is already there? There is nothing to attain. Sooner or later, every human being will stand in front of this question. How can I be free of this suffering? Because that is the perception. Even being bored to death, having everything that you have in your life, all the material things, many people in the West, they have everything, and still they can barely go through the day. Such is the suffering. Escaping through different means. So I want to explore that together on the Satsang. And we're definitely going to do some processes, some meditative processes. After this intro, I'm just trying to stir up some thoughts for you, stir up some feelings where you're at in your life right now. Because ultimately, it's the only thing that matters. What's happening in your life right now? Where are you right now? What do you want? Most people, when you ask them that question, they say they want to be happy. They want to be free. Free of the burdens in life. To have such an experience as your reality, there needs to be a shift happening. A shift in the actual body, in your experience. So it's not a philosophical question, this is. That's why it's not about religion or non-religion. Spirituality or non-spirituality. It's not about that. It's about being a human being. Being whole. I started speaking about the divine sacred female. Becoming whole is about uniting that part of us with the divine sacred male side in us. To become whole. To discover that innocence of being. Whether it's not necessary to push yourself into peace. What if we could just relax ourselves into that state of consciousness that is already there. Let the seeking stop. Sometime it will. You'll keep seeking until you come to this realization. What is this running around for? What is it I'm looking for? Ask yourself this question. What is it you're looking for? We are running around in this world that we perceive outside of us, looking for happiness. And it's like the man, looking for the hat that he has on his head already. Where is it? It's like when you look in the mirror and you see, oh my God, I really need to do something about that hair. I gotta fix it. And you go over to the mirror and you like, gosh, well, no matter what I do, it's just not working. That's how we can perceive the relationships that we have in our lives, a life that we have in our lives, situations. If we could perceive it from an actuality of fact, that the suffering that you experience is not an actual fact, but it's the perception. We perceive it, that it's out there, and that we can just fix it out there. I can fix that person. I'm going to talk with him, and he's going to realize that he's wrong and I'm right. Or somehow I'm going to make this person realize that he can at least understand where I'm at. So you go over to the mirror, and you're just going to try to fix that. But no matter what you try to fix in that mirror, it's just the same thing. It looks the same. So of course we know, if we do something here, it looks different now. So, the seeing, right? It looks different. I perceive it differently. So the hair might still be the same messed up, but it's just something a little better. I did something. You put the attention here, right? So the seeking should be to unite that which would be helpful to receive that kind of seeing. The perception. The perception needs to have a shift. We don't need to go out in the courtyards and everybody, wake up. You are this, it's not that. You are the light. You are God. Yeah, I don't think that's news. I think a lot of people has done that for thousands and maybe millions of years. See, with good intention, with a good heart, let's just help this world, right? Isn't it? All of us, we want to contribute to this world being a happy place. But we do this same thing. We go to the mirror and we're just trying to change it out there. What if we had a whole bunch of happy people walking on this planet? Just people free of the burden, free of the suffering. And suffering is a big word here. I use it because I don't have any other. It doesn't have to be like a life-threatening suffering. It could be just simple boredom. You just cannot stand the present moment. How many people have that in this world? So many people are not satisfied. What if you could find a platform inside of you where you feel content? Where you feel you don't need to go out there and get something to fill that hole inside. Something's lacking in my life, something's lacking, I gotta get something. I'll put the TV on. I'll read this book. I'll call some friend. I'll go eat. Let's do something. I just cannot take the present moment. If you can be honest with yourself enough to see that that is happening, wow, that is a great first big step to realize what is actually happening with me right now, to develop a sense of authenticity. Everybody is, if you ask them, oh, I'm always authentic. Everybody always says that. The problem is, we're not authentic to ourselves. And this is where the suffering comes in, as a little ticket saying, ooh. And this ticket is very important. So, I would suggest that you carry a big magnifying glass in your back pocket. And you'll be putting on a hat of Sherlock Holmes. And you go out for an adventure in your life. And you say, I'm going to look very closely at what is going on, not out there, because we've been looking out there all our lives, right? But what is actually going on inside? What is happening in me? I really want to know. What am I experiencing? And honor that. Honor that. The first thing that will happen when you see, when you discover, you'll be surprised. You go, oh my God, I didn't know I was feeling this or that. You will start seeing new colors inside of you. And the first thing that will happen is everything that we have learned and feeling like a strategy, like, okay, if I feel bad, I'll do this. That will be suggested right away. If you at that point would realize, okay, I'll go for a new experience. I'll be free flying. And this is the freedom I want to introduce. What if you could be free with that which you are trying to run away from? Wait, don't close this down now going, what is this rubbish? Wait, just hear me out. If you are new and you're wondering, what is she talking about? Hear me out. I'm not saying become a bitter person and just embrace the suffering. I'm saying let's go on an exploring journey, like a fairy tale, a book, an adventure book, a film that you just never experienced life like this. Isn't it worth just giving it a try? If you stay just a few more minutes, we're going to start such a journey. You can get a taste of it. To have a shift in your brain, a neurobiological shift where the heart and the brain, the earth that we live on and the sky, you become anchored into this vertical reality, right? We are here, all of us. This is not some airy-fairy flying away kind of wishing I was happy. No, we are landing here on this planet. This is divine feminine power, divine male power, united as one, saying, all right, let's come together, let's become whole inside. But the first thing to do is make a commitment to say, I want to see and explore what is happening with me. You will get some kind of homework, is that the word I'm looking for? Some kind of tool that you can bring with you. If you are new, just like checking in this. What is she talking about? It will all make sense in a little while. I'm interested in the ultimate freedom. I'm interested in the unconditional love, in the limitless joy. It's not some far out words. It can be your actual experience. And I have a passion that will just not lie down. It just cannot be put out with any amount of water on this planet. It's just impossible. So wherever I go, I share about this. And Satsang means sharing your truth. So if you're listening, hear me out. If you don't like it, you don't have to. But it's impossible to stop this kind of a sharing. Once the heart is put on fire, what can you do? That fire just like runs up here and just like comes out. You can't help but love everyone. What can you do? What if many people started to experience that, oh my God, what I've been looking for out there all this time, I've had it inside. In a real way. I'm talking real now. In a real way. Not like you have to follow 12 steps and okay, I'm almost there. I have to go to a deeper level. No. It's not necessary. You are a unique individual, isn't it? I mean, you only see what's inside your head. You're listening to my words right now, and you perceive them in your own unique way. You can't like jump into your friends if you're sitting next to a friend or family or someone. You can't like go into their head and just like, oh yeah, she's... No, you have your reality. You have your perception, isn't it? You're completely unique. I mean, even science knows this. We have a unique thumbprint. Nobody like you, right? So, this is the only thing that is interesting to touch upon that freedom that we're speaking about here. And it's fully available. It's fully available, and there's just some things that we need to know. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to touch upon the present moment. And if that is a suffering of some kind, could be something uncomfortable, like ooh, you know. And I would really recommend the Sherlock Holmes technique. This is an old technique that I used when I first discovered this many years ago. I felt like I have a magnifying glass in my back pocket, and I think I'll bring it out. And I became very interested in my own reaction to things. I saw the fruit, the harvest that came from it. It's so easy to blame another if something really horrible goes wrong with you, or if you cause some kind of reaction and you were innocent. You're like, oh, I didn't mean to. I mean, what happened? See what is happening inside of you. It's the only thing that will bring you into this liberation. The freedom to be free with what is happening in the present moment. What if you don't have to change it? What? But I have to get rid of this. You know, science have discovered that the heart, our physical heart now, I speak about the physical heart, has 5,000 times stronger magnetic field than the brain. So it's something happening. So we can sense what is happening with the other's heart, isn't it? I mean, you see someone, you can feel if they're happy or sad, or if they're worried or concerned. We see people all the time. We sense people, isn't it? The brain itself, even electrical wise, the heart is 100 times stronger, I think. I don't remember the exact numbers, but the heart is a governor. It's the king, it's the ruler. So it's not like some airy-fairy thing, like, oh, let's be happy and free, and let's come from the heart, you know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the real fundamental shift of consciousness, where your brain starts perceiving reality in a completely different way, where your heart will speak the truth. Your brain is listening. See, the heart feels like the Mayan Indians when they greeted each other. They said in Lakesh, when they greeted each other, they knew this. That means, I am another you. When they met someone, that's how they said hello. I am another you. The heart perceives reality like that. When you see another, the actual fact of it is that is another part of you. Like, how can a cell in the body say, I am my own cell, I am the body. The rest, I don't know what they're doing, but here I am. It's not possible. That cell would be a dead cell if it's not connecting to the other cells in the body. We are dependent on each other. This life is dependency of each other, different cycles, circles. Our world can be a happy place to live in. It can be heaven on earth. We are those beings who can live in that kind of happiness. We don't have to wait for the world to change. Let's not wait. You can wait if you want. I'm not going to wait. Our Mother Earth is calling for some happy feet to be walking on her. I wish people would be happy and free and receive what I want to give, because the Divine Mother is the giver. Can we receive? Or are we pushing us into peace? I'm speaking about the inner world now. When you pay attention to your heart, this is an inside job. It's an inner process. I'm not saying don't push in the outside world, please. Sometimes we have to push things, right? But it's made out of, when it comes from out of the response from the heart, there is a joy in it. And you feel the connectedness in why you're doing it. Our whole body also has pushing and pressure. It's not about like escaping from any kind of, pushing and shoveling. We have to do that too. I'm talking about your inner being, your state of divinity, if I may use that word, your inner light. It is made of softness, and it's not pushing its will on us as individuals' will. It waits patiently until our will wants to be. With a bigger will inside of us. This is the problem on our planet right now. This is the state of suffering that we experience. Small cell in the body doesn't want to follow the will of the whole body when it's healthy and happy. When we learn to see the importance of aligning our own will, we are made in the likeness of God. We are divine beings, but we were also given everything that the divine has, including free will. And the divine, which is a higher intelligence than us as an individual consciousness, is not pushing. It's not pushing its will on us. We have to choose it. In here lies the dilemma in our planet right now, in ourselves, in what we see around. So, the passion that is unstoppable in the heart is to share. Connect to that presence, your personal connection to that presence of God, whatever you call it. You can call it anything. There is a presence inside, whether you call it life force, intelligence, universal power, presence of grace. It is outside the mind's capacity. It's outside the mind's reach. You can have read all the books in the whole world. This is a power for everyone. This is not for the select few. If you are a human being on this planet right now, this is for you. It's not going to push itself on you. It's there giving. You want to receive? A little effort, and I'll share it with you, can go a long way right now. If you were to make this important, the tool that you can have, the mystical tool, could be that magnifying glass of Sherlock Holmes. Meaning, I am willing to look inside of me what is happening, because that's when something happens. No matter what is happening outside, I'm interested in this process. Then fun thing starts to happen. And you do that together with a small meditation every day. And I'll guide you into this meditation now so you can feel it. You can get a taste of it, right? We call it Vipassana because it's so simple. You are just stilling the body, being aware of the body. Anybody can do it, sitting or lying down, but I would prefer to sit so you don't fall asleep. But you can also absolutely do it lying down. But just don't go to sleep. Let's do it now together. You close your eyes and just become aware of your feet touching the floor, or wherever your feet is right now. Just be there with it. You're aware. You can even bring that mystical magnifying glass out if you want. And then be aware of your legs. Be there with your legs. Are you honoring your legs? Or are they just taken for granted to get you where you need to go? Your legs are doing fantastic work for you. Honor them. You have 2 legs. Isn't that fantastic? Be in touch with your legs, your hips, your buttocks, your pelvic region. Relax. Your back and spine. Relax. Your stomach. Your whole belly. Relax. Your chest and shoulders. Relax. Your arms and hands and fingers. Relax. Your neck and throat. Relax. Your whole head and your face. Relax. Relax. See how the breathing is happening on its own. Just become interested in the breathing. See how it's moving in and out by itself. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to change anything about your body. Nothing about your breath. Just allow. Allow the body to breathe and relax. What you're doing right now is called a vipassana. You are simply allowing the body to be whatever is happening right now. You're in touch with the feet, your head, your whole head, your face. When you are in touch with your body, your breath, it's easier for you to see your inner world, isn't it? Your thoughts, your feelings, sensations, whatever is happening inside of you as you have closed the eyelid, your inner world is introduced. What is going on inside of you? If you were to do this a few minutes every day, it would enhance your awareness. This is what's needed. That Sherlock Holmes, like, what's going on inside of me? We are so busy doing things, especially when we have some kind of suffering or something that we don't feel good about. We want to run away from it. We want to run to the mirror and try to fix the problem there. Always start by centering yourself. Let the heart respond your reaction. You could very well run out in the world and do all these things, but let it be in junction with the presence in your heart. Let your brain and your heart be married, friends, partners. Let them communicate first before a reaction comes out of you. This might be the most important meditation or few minutes you may have in a day. If you were to start your day with this simple meditation of just wanting to know, go into your heart now. Go into your heart. What is happening in you? See, when you do this meditation, it will be different things happening every time you do it. Right now, whatever is happening in you right now, that's what's happening now. See? Aren't you excited to see what's happening next time I sit down? That will be exciting. You can even look forward to it as you go along in your day, because you can't have your eyes sit with the eyes closed all day long. But you know that, I got the Vipassana. I can't wait to do the Vipassana. Just to honor what is going on inside of you. Honor the feelings you have inside of you. You will see, just like the science of physics, they know about this with frequency, isn't it? The frequency of love. If you were to measure the frequency of love, you would see it's a very powerful, strong frequency. It makes you feel very good. It makes the heart expand. The electromagnetic field coming from the heart is expanding. It's powerful. Don't you want to be in that field of your heart presence? See, if you call upon that, the brain will follow. The brain follows the heart. If you sit down and you realize in the moment in the Vipassana, I'm not feeling good in my heart. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling hurt. I'm angry. I'm feeling hatred, horrible feelings. I don't want to feel like this. I want to get out of it. I want to be a loving, peaceful being. I don't want to be like this. So you have an inner conflict. Wonderful. Congratulations. The Vipassana is for that. That's why you need a Vipassana. Why else are you going to do it? Otherwise, you just be living happily. So Vipassana will be a great tool for you. Don't be afraid to be with that. You have an inner conflict? Congratulations, you saw it. Most people don't even see it. They just respond from it, automatically go out giving chaos into this world. But you have a mystical magnifying glass in your back pocket and you are like, I'm willing to just sit with this because I'm interested in it. So whatever is happening with you now, you don't have to look for anything. There might be already something there that you're like, oh gosh, just wish this wasn't here. I'd be so happy if just this part, this person just triggers me. This situation just triggers me. What if you feel like, wow, I got a super great power tool? The Vipassana. You can sit down. You call upon the presence in your heart. You start relating to that powerful presence. So that's what we're going to do now. You go into the heart. You see that there is that light. There is a presence of light. There is a higher intelligence. You relate to it in your own personal way. There cannot be any other way, my friend. You and I are different, isn't it? You are your own person. You don't know what's going on inside my head. I don't know what's going on inside your head. You have your own path, isn't it? I have my own path. So you have to discover your own personal connection to the divine. You can cast it in a mold, in a form that is personal for you. Maybe Lord Jesus Christ is very dear to you, is alive to you. Is that something that is your reality? Maybe you are not of that faith. Maybe you come from somewhere else. All faiths, all spiritual paths carry the essence of truth. You find yours. Even if you have a scientific approach, you believe in love, you believe in kindness, you believe in empathy, in peace. You relate to it in your personal way. That's your freedom. And you will receive a divine light blessing through the sacred chant. So just be with your personal divine and let it be activated to live happily with you every day, every night. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Stay with your eyes closed. Whatever is happening inside of you, give gratitude for that. Just feel the gratitude in your heart. There is a presence there that loves you, that takes care of you. Everything, your path is clear. Honor that sacred presence inside. The divine female, divine male, united as one. It's your freedom to relate to it in a way that is natural for you to experience it. Honor it in a way that is close to your nature. It's a sacred presence, your sacred higher self. A being of light, your true nature. And we are here in togetherness, as a family of light, you could say. Co-creating a happy world. With happy feet walking on it. Feel that it's possible for you to be part of such a reality, that you don't have to change anything but your perception. And that shift is an inside job. It's something that is done from the presence in your heart. Wow. Nothing to attain. Nothing. All that it's asking for. Give a little of your time with me every day. Will you? Will you be with me? A little bit every day? Until your will and my will become one. I will love you until eternity comes. And you and I will merge as one. If you are ready, I will give you forgiveness. That is my quality. Your divine says. Anything can be forgiven, but you need to have a willingness to see the pain that you might be carrying around as your burden. Are you ready to be free of the burden? Are you? If there's any burden now coming up that you feel is on your shoulders, you've been trying to change this. You've been trying to go up to the mirror like, I want this. I'm like really trying to get this. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to do this. Are you ready to give it up? Surrender into that perfect being inside. Allow that being to bring to you. Let me bring it to you. Your God says inside, the light being of who you are says that inside. Let me bring it to you, what you're seeking. Have faith in me, trust me. You and me are one. It's not in a dreamy way, it's in a real way. Spend time, get to know me. I am your inner best friend. In whatever form you want to relate to me in, I love you more than you love yourself. Let me show you unconditional love. Let me show you limitless joy and peace that you never even dreamed of was possible. I can give it to you. It's an inside job. If you have a willingness to surrender into that presence, you can bring that now. If you have burdens, do you have burdens? Check your shoulders right now. Anything that you have like a suffering, you can check with your body. Is your body feeling somewhere like, oh? Just honor the body. The body wants to be free, my friend. The body wants to feel light, wants to be a light body. We need to help the body. Focus on that. And allow the burdens to be released into the light. And receive this divine light blessing through the sacred chant. Shrimai Chinmai Karunamai Amma Shrimai Chinmai Karunamai Amma Shri Amma Bhagavati Padmavati Shri Amma Bhagavati Padmavati Shrimai Chinmai Karunamai Amma Shrimai Chinmai Karunamai Amma Shri Amma Bhagavati Padmavati Shri Amma Bhagavati Padmavati Shrimai Chinmai Karunamai Amma Shrimai Chinmai Karunamai Amma Shri Amma Bhagavati Padmavati Shri Amma Bhagavati Padmavati Shri Amma Bhagavati Padmavati Om. Stay with your eyes closed. Give gratitude. Give gratitude to that presence inside of you. Express your love in a way that's natural for you. Feel alive. See the heart. The heart wants to be alive. Is longing for you to connect with that presence, that spirit of who you are, in your own way, not somebody else's way. In your way. Is your God alive for you? Is your inner goddess your God? The Divine Mother, Divine Father, united as one, however you perceive it. The presence of light, that big intelligence of the universe, however you perceive it, in whatever form, it's sacred. Every human being has the right to connect with it. In their own sacred way. Embrace your way. Embrace that Christ light in your own way. That power of transformation. Whatever you call it, that is personal, isn't it? It's personal. How can we go out in the name of God and hurt others, saying they are wrong and we are right? That has to stop. Sooner or later it has to stop, my friend. Start living in unity. Be interested in your heart and your brain. Your brain is super interested in what's happening to you right now. Your brain is like, oh my God, I had no idea all this is happening. Your brain is like, okay, what's happening? Some restructure, that which we call the neurobiological shift of the brain. It's an inside job. It's your heart, the presence in your heart. Pay attention. Your heart can give you anything you ask for. We have the power. We were given the full power as a human being to create a reality that we want to live in. But as it was revealed to me very strongly, what is God? God is the power of the collective consciousness. It's the you and me together. It's all of us. God is not outside of us. God is not something that you have to be afraid of. It's a loving, wonderful being. That seems to be a little misunderstood. And I was simply asked, as a little individual I am, can you please help? Can you please help to just wash out the concepts that can hurt people? This presence that we call God, it's all of us together. There's nobody that can be outside of that. What kind of God would cast somebody to hell? It is something that we choose. Hell is a state of consciousness where we feel separate. We don't want to make another separate. We don't want to cast a spell on somebody else, isn't it? In Lakesh, I am another you. The unconditional love that we are speaking about, that we are seeking, it is something that can only be given from that presence within. Only that presence, your God within, which is your ultimate essence of who you are, can give you an experience of that, where you can no longer condemn another in the name of a religion. How can you? In the name of love, how can you do that? You're hurting yourself. You are hurting the collective consciousness. You're hurting. We are hurting. We are here to discover this presence, isn't it? We're family, we're friends. Nobody is more or less than anybody else. We are like brothers and sisters in a real way, not like in some kind of, organization or anything. We're completely free. This is what I'm talking about. The ultimate freedom. This is what wants to be given. This is good news. So we'll end this web satsang with a blessing. No matter what's going on within you right now, just close your eyes for a little bit. Or if you still haven't closed, just keep them closed. Just be with your inner presence of light. Whatever you experience in your heart right now, send it out into this world. Whatever you give out from your heart, it comes back to you, but many times over. Wish goodness for people. Wish happiness for people. Wish that good things will happen for people in this world. So when you do a vipassana, you'll sit down and simply do this simple meditation of just paying attention to the body, breathing, and looking inside your own heart. And as you acknowledge whatever is happening, end that session with wishing goodness for this world. Just a few moments. What you send out from your heart comes back to you. So now, there might be someone that you know, isn't it? Someone you know that, that person is feeling bad. Please put that person inside your heart, because you can give that person a blessing from your heart. Maybe there are more than one people that you feel have touched your heart. Their very essence is touching you. Place them inside your heart. Maybe there's like a whole city in there. Maybe you feel touched by your whole country. Is your heart as big your whole country can fit there? Maybe. You can bring your whole country inside your heart to have a blessing from that presence in your heart. Maybe your heart is so big that other countries, maybe they can also fit in there. Are you touched in your heart by others? Whoever you're touched by in your heart, bring them in. Maybe the whole world. perhaps your heart is so big that this whole planet can fit in there. Just check and see. Whoever fits into your heart now, just bring that into your heart and wish you goodness, happiness, peace, love, and friendship. May all beings be happy and free, and may it start with me. And receive this divine light blessing through the sacred chant. Akasha patitam toyam yata gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigacchati Akasha patitam toyam yata gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigacchati Akasha patitam toyam yata gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigacchati keshavam pratigacchati keshavam pratigacchati And give gratitude in your own way to that sacred presence inside. And when you feel complete in your gratitude, you open your eyes in your own time. I'm so happy to have spent this hour with you, and I want to express my deepest gratitude. I want to pay special gratitude to the sacred land that I am in right now, and to the very special divine being that is keeping it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being together. I love you so much. Thank you.